Growing a business is kind of tricky right now. Supply chains are squeezed, tariffs and trade policies are dynamic, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. You need clarity to come out on top. Without it, you risk falling behind. If only you could hop in the DeLorean and see the future, right? Thankfully, there's NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite has real-time forecasting to help you move ahead with confidence. This is your AI-powered business management suite and the #1 cloud ERP. Trusted by over 42,000 businesses, NetSuite brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. And with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. You spent months building towards launch day, but when the clock hits 0, your site crashes. Bots swarm, and loyal fans rage on Reddit. That's not good. Fanfare was built to stop that. Fanfare is the drop platform made for high-pressure moments, stampede-proof infrastructure, verified waitlists, and bot filters that actually work. Instead of refunds and rage, you get retention and revenue. And that sounds great to me. Your next launch shouldn't be a gamble. Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook and learn how to bulletproof your drop at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, that's fanfare.io/playbook.
You're listening to the Smart Passive Income Podcast, a proud member of the Entrepreneur Podcast Network, a show that's all about working hard now so you can sit back and reap the benefits later. And now your host, he doesn't eat snacks after 8 at night, Pat Flynn.
So for Christmas, my daughter got a Buddha board, and she's been using it, and it's been really neat, actually. I've used it a few times, too. If you don't know what a Buddha board is, it's this really neat drawing tablet, and it's very sort of Zen in nature. It has a little bowl that comes with it where you put water, just water, that's it. And it comes with a brush, and you dip the brush in the water, and then you kind of paint with the brush and the water on this board, and it slowly comes to life as the sort of water hydrates the materials, some sort of paper, and then it's really neat because it sort of draws it. It's not like instant like on an iPad. It kind of like flows in. You start to see the picture appear. But then after 1 or 2 minutes, the picture disappears and it's a blank slate again. And I was looking at it today and I was just curious because I was like, wow, sometimes when drawing on this thing, I create some amazing piece and I'm like, oh snap, it's going to disappear. I should take a photo of it so I can remember it, right? And it's really interesting because then I kind of caught myself in that moment and I didn't, because I think that's the whole purpose of this product, right? It has like 7,000 or 8,000 reviews, mostly positive, in fact, on Amazon. And I wanted to read a couple to you that were really interesting. One of them comes from a person named Shopgirl, and the title of the review, this is a 2-star review, is "Your message doesn't last long. Any message or photo will last no more than 10 to 15 minutes. That's not true. It's actually, unless you soak the darn thing, it'll disappear in, 2 to 5 minutes, essentially. I wish this lasts 1 to 2 days, as I was hoping. This product would be the best ever if that was the case. Huge disappointment, birthday ruined, fades too quickly. It's and it's interesting because even in the questions area, so I'm like scrolling as I'm going through this, one of the questions, how customers or soon-to-be customers can ask questions and then some customers will then answer, people who've bought it before. One person asked, if I use a hairdryer to quicken the drying, will it hurt the board? And the answer was no, but, use cool instead of hot. And it's just like, wow, like, are we really in that kind of mode now in our mind and in the world where, like, we just can't, like, do something for the sake of doing it in the moment and then just letting go of it? And I think we all know what the answer is when we are at a concert and you see literally everybody holding their phone up, or you are at your kid's recital and there's 5 people with an iPhone and then grandma with a giant iPad, like blocking the site, the real life site. It's like, hey, HD with your eyes is better. But we have to record it because, we're never going to look at it again. Half joking on all that stuff, of course. A question that somebody asked here also is BPA, flatates, lead, toxins? And the answer is, it's an artboard. You're not eating it. That one was really great, actually. So I'm looking at the description of the Buddha board, right? And right in bright lettering and in a very specific highlighted section of the sort of sales page on Amazon for this product is, do you wish to be more present? Then you'll appreciate the Buddha board. As your inky creations fade away, you will learn to live in the moment, a wonderfully freeing experience. At the same time, you'll enjoy the artistic process, the sheer joy of creating beauty. And I love that description. I read that because, again, this was all I was just curious about all this. And I said, I got to talk about this. I got to record and just talk this through because it's just so interesting to, also have caught myself in the moment, not living in the moment, but wanting to capture that moment so I could relive it later, even though I know I probably won't even think about it. And I might graze through my photo album at one point and go, oh yeah, I remember when I painted that thing. Wasn't that cool? Or I know some people, I've stopped this behavior, will paint something amazing, take a picture of it before it disappears, and share it to get a few likes. That was me. And I remember the one moment, I've talked about this on the podcast before, in 2022, in April, I went to the lake that is nearby my home, and I went to go fishing, and it was just such a beautiful experience that I ended up taking out my phone to capture that moment and share it on Instagram. And then I caught myself. I stopped myself before I hit send. I actually snapped a photo, wrote a caption, and was about to hit send. And then I asked myself, why am I doing this? There's no reason for me to share this. Like, yes, it's a beautiful moment. Yes, I'd love for other people to encourage them to go out there. But really, it was more of a selfish thing. Like, look at me in nature. But I put the phone away, and I just was present with the lake. And it was a little cold, so there was like it looked like mist coming off the water and some frog noises, birds, bugs, gnats flying. And I was able to take that all in and not worry about this brick in my hand and what people thought about me. And so to answer the question from Buddha Board, like, yes, I wish to be more present. And so what the Buddha Board actually, I feel, does is it allows you to practice creating and letting it go. Creating and letting it go, and doing it just to be in that moment and to see the inky creations fade away and realize that everything is okay. It's amazing. And there are moments when I'm drawing on this thing and it's like, wow, that was really cool. How did that looks amazing. And then it goes away, and that's okay. I didn't have to capture that. I did it. I'm in the moment. And then I let it fade away. And then moving on to the next thing. And I might try this thing. I mean, there's some lessons inside of the Buddha Board about, continuing to try and getting better and practicing and things sort of becoming a clean slate again so that you can rework or, work on the thing that you're practicing perhaps. But, I'm not trying to draw anything in particular. I'm just more doodling, right? So I just thought that was really interesting because even just in the 5 minutes that I was reading a lot of the reviews for this thing, people are like, it doesn't last long enough. It goes away. And that's okay, right? We don't have to share every single waking moment. We don't have to record every single thing. That being said, I did want to share this, so I hit record, and here we are. But this is also a gentle reminder for me to be present. One thing that I used to do every single day was meditate. And I was reminded today by my good friend Cliff Ravenscraft, who today was his 371st day meditating in a row. And we were talking about wins of the week in this mastermind group that I have called The Green Room. And Cliff is in it, and he shared his win today, which was I crossed 1 year straight of meditation. And then Cliff, being Cliff, got really deep into that, hear the different gamma waves and other things, and I'm not even going to get into it, but Cliff is just such a fascinating person. I love him. it just reminded me about presence. So what I want my editors to do who are listening to this is I want you to, after this ends, add 1 minute of just complete silence. And for all of you who are listening, after the closing remarks, after any sort of ads or anything like that, I want you to just sit present, or maybe in your car or wherever you're at on your walk. You don't have to stay still, but just be where you're at. And that's it. You don't even need to share this. You don't even need to reply. Just be where you're at. Take it all in. And notice the senses that have always been there that you just haven't tapped into. This is about as zen as I'm going to get here on the show. And I'm going to leave it at that. Be present. And my present to you is 1 minute of presence right after this. Thank you so much. Take care. I love you. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for listening to the Smart Passive Income podcast at smartpassiveincome.com. I'm your host, Pat Flynn. Sound editing by Duncan Brown. Our senior producer is David Grabowski, and our executive producer is Matt Gartland. The Smart Passive Income podcast is a production of SPI Media and a proud member of the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. Catch you next week. Hey, fellow podcaster, does this sound like something you've experienced? You record your podcast episode on one platform, download the files, edit in another app, then fire up a different tool just to create these social clips? Well, it can be clunky, time-consuming, and frankly overwhelming, especially for creators trying to grow. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Riverside. Riverside is the all-in-one platform. Record, edit, and repurpose your podcast content all in one place. You just log in, record with your guests no matter where you are in the world, and just like that, studio-quality audio and high-resolution video. We use Riverside here at SPI as well now. With built-in AI, I can automatically clean up my audio, saving myself so much editing time, and it can even auto-generate clips to make promoting the show a breeze. And with Magic Clips, I can grab the best moments and repurpose them as short-form video, perfect for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram, without re-recording a thing. So if you're tired of juggling tools and want a faster, simpler way to create and scale your content, it's time to try Riverside, built by creators for creators. Just go to smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside and use code SMART to get 1 month free on the Pro plan. That's smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside, promo code SMART. Have you dreamt about being your own boss, but still haven't made the first steps to making that dream a reality? Well, I get that. Starting a business can feel super overwhelming with legal forms, paperwork, finances. It's a lot. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Taylor Brands. Taylor is a complete business builder designed to make launching your business simple and stress-free. You can register your LLC in just minutes, keeping your personal assets and the business assets separate from day one. From there, you get access to everything you need to get off the ground. Legal documents, licenses and permits, invoicing and bookkeeping tools, and even a 100-day business coaching program, all designed to help you hit the ground running. You'll also get a free, personalized business plan, branding tools, and so much more. And of course, listeners of this show get an exclusive 35% discount to get started. All you have to do is head to taylorbrands.com/SPI. That's TAILORBRANDS.com/SPI. Stop dreaming, start building with Taylor Brands.